Hello, YouTube. You'll have to excuse me because I'm not feeling my best right now. I ate 2 cheese Polish sausages with chili on them late yesterday, and it is fucking me up right now. I'm lactose intolerant, plus I have problems with heartburn and indigestion, so I'm gonna try to override that and do my commentary, a very important commentary, as you can see in the title of this video. Now, we've been over this many times, but due to what I have been observing over the course of the last week, just videos that are trending in the black section of YouTube, I have to really reissue and officially title this a warning to black men. I have to give a stern warning to you brothers. But before I get to that, let me briefly summarize a true story for you guys that some of you may be familiar with, most of you will not. I happen to be a avid war historian, so these are things that intrigue me. That's how I know about them. And you're going, as the video goes on, you're going to better appreciate how this story relates to the issue at hand. In 1944, before the D-Day invasions, which, as we know, were the Allied military operations to begin the invasion of Europe and push Nazi Germany back from France and eventually through Belgium and back into Germany, pushing from the west. There was a top secret operation, and it was a mixture. It was an 1,100 man unit that was a mixture of American soldiers and British soldiers. Inside of this unit included real life magicians, meaning soldiers that in their regular lives were magicians. They pulled tricks on people for a living. Now carefully listen to what I'm telling you, okay? Even if this part of the video is not interesting to you, because it's going to tie in to what I am about to tell and warn you brothers about. Now, the goal of this unit, and by the way, it was nicknamed the Ghost Army, but its official military name was the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops. The goal of this army was to deceive the enemy positions, deceive the enemy army, which of course were the Nazis, into thinking that the huge invasion force of the Allies was going to come further up north from England and into France, when it actually wound up coming down in the southern part of England across, I believe that was the English Channel, and onto the beaches of Normandy across a 20-mile stretch of land. The reason why this was so important was to make the Nazi Germans push most of their Wehrmacht, their military assets, up north to defend against what they thought was going to be a major invasion coming from the northeastern part of England's coast, instead of what wound up being the southeastern part of England's coast. And what this unit did was they set up these fake vehicles, these blow-up doll type vehicles that resembled tanks, armored personnel carriers, even anti-aircraft guns. they had these giant floats that they blew up that from a distance they even had blow up soldiers. From a distance, an enemy with a pair of binoculars or even a spy, standing off in the distance, or even an enemy surveillance plane, this would look like a giant Allied formation up in the northeastern region of England that was preparing to cross the English Channel into France, where Germany had pushed prior to 1944, when they pushed through Belgium into France, and France surrendered in like 3 weeks. Now, why is that relevant? Last year, there was a female who came on to YouTube. Her first screen name was Paris. Many of you will be familiar with who I'm speaking of. And this female, some of the first videos that she made, she was talking about how she doesn't date white men and how, she has an affinity for black men and, all these talking points that are eerily similar to the talking points of swirling black women talking about how they love white men. The only difference was this was in exact reverse. Now, I did a 2-part video on that, and that link is in the description box of this video, in addition to 2 other links that are actually above it that I want you guys to go see first. Because, see, I know that, unfortunately, a lot of Negroes, especially a lot of male Negroes, some of y'all seem to have a short attention span. And so I believe that it's most imperative right now at this current time for me to give you guys the heads up, to be the Paul Revere, the YouTube Paul Revere, to alert you to what is coming, what is forthcoming. And we've talked about this over and over and over again. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. As Christians' Bible says, be ye not deceived. A large majority of these black females that since 2011 have been on social media deifying and worshiping and rubbing in the faces their worship and deification of white men are running back across the color line. I've told y'all this since last year. I started to notice it even before that Paris character came on the scene. Okay? You already see it with a lot of black female celebrities. Kelly Rowland, I told y'all. Kerry Washington, the Oreo cookie queen, the swirling queen. Black women used to worship this woman's character on Scandal. She married a black man, even though she was once engaged to a white man. Simone Biles, jumping on the back of every white boy she sees in pictures after she won that gold medal and was able to get better access to him. Now all of a sudden, she got some big, tall, handsome, hunk black guy. Kelly Rowland, holding hands with white boys, just random white guys. They weren't even famous like she was. Just random ass white dudes, older, younger, and now all of a sudden she done married some black simp and had a baby with him, and Essence got her on the front cover of a magazine like she's the pinnacle of, like she's the poster child example of perfect black love and a black family. I'm telling you now, black men, these females, a large majority of them, they see the train wreck coming. Some of them have already train wrecked with this so-called swirling crap. They've been over on the other side. They've gave it up to these white boys and these other non-black men. Some of them have been physically abused, verbally abused. They've been abandoned. And they see where they done fucked up. And I'm telling you, they are coming back across the color line in droves. Do not Do not for 1 second believe anything that these females say on social media. Don't believe anything. Don't believe anything. If you notice, I want you to, the reason why I'm showing this collage is because all of the females in this collage have two things in common. And this is confirmed. This is not assumed. Because I plucked these pictures off of different, publicly available, publicly viewable social media accounts. All of these females have two things in common. One, in my opinion, whether they're light-skinned or dark-skinned, they're very attractive. And two, they are grade F certified hood rats. Some of them have children. Some of them have committed felonious crimes, meaning crimes that you can get convicted with for a felony for. Some of them have been on their social media talking trash about black men and deifying white men. But the fact is, all of them are highly attractive and all of them are hood rat trash. This is verified. This is confirmed. This is fact. Okay? Now, why is this important? Because we as heterosexual males, we tend to, when we see a female that is physically attractive, okay, we tend to drop our guard, okay? And even those of us who are smart enough, we actually have the exact opposite reaction like I do. To when we see a highly attractive female, we actually put our guards up more, especially if she seems like she's trying to get attention, some type of attention or something else from us. We have our own weaknesses. Like I told you guys, the train wreck of a relationship that I was in. The only reason, y'all saw, I let y'all see the private video. Obviously, that female, by no stretch of the imagination that I was with, was, good looking. The only reason I got with her, the only reason I ever got with her, was because she pulled the very same trick that these females in these videos are pulling. See, the one thing you have to understand, and it's kind of ironic because I'm actually planning a major ether of the Egyptian troll, and I was carefully surveilling over there in enemy territory. And one of the videos that she made, she called herself, in all of her insanity, she called herself trying to instruct black women on how to play men. Not just black men, white men, the whole 9 yards. And she said that every man has a vulnerability somewhere, somehow. You just got to find it, right? So these females, it's funny that men are called the players. Because these females, these vindictive, conniving females, they're really the players. Men allow themselves to get played by these tricks over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, if you do not learn from your mistakes, like those of us who are wise, like David Carroll said, he lived with a black female once, he'll never do it again. I allowed my ex to live with me, and I'll never do it again. Okay? But I had to learn. I already knew about the honey trap trick. That wasn't gonna fool me. But when she said that she understood what black men were going through with black women, I believed that shit. I fell for it. I will openly admit, I fell for that shit. That's the only reason I even started talking to her. That was the only thing that I admired about her. If it wasn't for that, she would have just been another hood rat from South Central Los Angeles to me. And I would have wrote her off like 95% of the black females that come to troll my channel. Okay? I only got with her because she claimed to understand the perils that black men were going through with this stupid ass shit that we see day in and day out in the black community, especially when it comes to the relationship between black women and black men. Okay? She claimed to be on our side. These females, if you notice, if you look in these two videos And you remember that female that I showed you back last year, the one called Paris, right? What is the similarities? Just like the women in these collages, what is the similarity between all of the females in all of these videos? They're very attractive black. They're not ugly by any stretch of the imagination. They are not ugly. Okay, that's why I tell black men. I understand, like when Minister Jap was, when he was going animalistic on the Egyptian troll, he kept making reference to her physical appearance. I tell black men, you got to get out of that, okay? Because if you talking about you won't fuck her, she already knows that you've been thinking about fucking her. If you go ahead and say it, she already knows that you've been thinking about it. Okay? Whether you for or against it. The very fact that you're thinking to yourself, oh, would I fuck this bitch? And you're openly stating that, they already know that there's something that they can use to control and manipulate you. See? You have to think with your brain before you think with your dick when it comes to these females. I'm telling you. Okay? Now one would have to ask. One would have to ask the legitimate question. Why in the world you have a laundry list of these videos now that are trending on YouTube in the black sector of YouTube? Completely opposite of what it was 3-4 years ago. With females that look just like these talking about why they love white men and why they love white boys and why white men are the best. Why would a black female need to make a video? Why? First of all, why would an attractive, let me take that back now. Why would a attractive black female or any female need to make a video proclaiming her love and liking for men of her own race? That would be, think about this. Can you imagine an Oriental female coming on YouTube and making a video about why she loves Chinese men so much? I mean, what kind of sense would that make? A Korean girl talking about why Korean guys are hot? Yeah, no shit. Of course you think that. You're Korean. Duh. David Carroll, myself, Aquazy, several other YouTubers have tried to warn y'all. Okay? A lot of these females, the Egyptian troll included, okay? They talk all this shit on social media because they're frustrated, they're angry, they're bitter that they're alone. They're bitter that, they've been told that they ain't ish. They're bitter because they've been with these ain't shit dudes and they got abused and cheated on. So you're hearing all their frustration on social media. You're not hearing what's really going on in their real, actual life. The Egyptian troll even went as far to admit that she's dating and talking to a mixed race dude. Now you would have to ask yourself, this female even considers herself the devil incarnate on YouTube, as far as, these black hood booger females go on YouTube. Why would she be with a dude that has any black in him whatsoever? As David Carroll says, where's Waldo? Where's your white man at? Where's the white dude? You talk about how, stripping on the pole, white guys make the best customers. So you mean out of all those white dudes that'll give you advice, that'll tell you how pretty you are, that won't mind the fact that you're in the whole business, you can't get one of those white dudes to marry you or date you? I find that highly odd. That you're still messing with even a half black dude. You may not be messing with Jerome, but you're still fucking with Obama. What the fuck? I'm telling y'all. I'm warning y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. And I really should put this on my main channel. Do not fall for the honey trap. Don't fall for it. All of these females in these videos, except there was like one that was kind of obese, looking in one of those videos. But almost all the females in these videos are very attractive looking young black females. Okay? These females, they run, just think about all the black women that you've dealt with in your lifetime. Okay? They trying to run game on y'all, okay? The talking points are so similar to these swirlers, it's not even funny. What 18? I have okay. Let me list the reasons why I love black men. Sound familiar? 2012, 2013. 18 reasons to date a white man. Sound familiar? Come on, y'all can't be that stupid, man. Y'all can't be that stupid now. Now we know there are plenty of black females with black males, and what I'm starting to notice is that I'm seeing less and less of this white male worship on social media, and I'm seeing fewer and fewer white female black female white male couples out and about, in like real life, when I'm out, running errands or conducting my business. It's because black females, a majority of them, not all of them, okay? We're not talking about George Lucas and fucking his black Wall Street wife. We talking about China Fox and that Rob Kardashian dude. A majority of these hood booger females were never with white or non-black men just to be with them to begin with. They were with them for two reasons. One, because they thought that the white man was going to do something to elevate their ratchet ass life. And two, because they thought it was going to get underneath our skin. Now that they see that hasn't worked out for their ass, here they come, Kelly Rowland, Kerry Washington, Simone Biles, these females in these videos, and the video I showed you about the female from last year, here they come running back across the color line. I done told y'all, man. I told y'all it was going to come to this. Do not be surprised if there becomes a massive trend of black females, attractive black females, making why I love black men videos on YouTube over the course of the next couple of years. Do not be surprised. David Carroll warned y'all. These females, they flip-flop quicker than a spatula can flip a damn pancake. Don't fall for it, man. Do not fall for it. These are the same females now as they were 3, 4, 5 years ago when they were deifying white men and even last year, blatantly disrespecting black men. It's funny, and I'm going to close with this. Back in March of last year, when these females launched their hit list campaign to try to virtually assassinate black men, myself included, on YouTube, and my Brian Too Bad TV Solange channel with the over 5,600 subscribers and 2.8 million views was flagged down. I was so angry, and I was so hunting for revenge, ways to get back, which we eventually did. I didn't stop and think to myself logically, because I was in the heat of the moment, and when you're in the heat of the moment, you don't think. And because I was in the heat of the moment, I didn't think to myself. It never occurred to me. But now, a year later, with Crystal and Kerrison gone off the scene, these other wannabe swirling females, going back and forth with each other. Brooklyn Blue, talking about some black character in Black Panther. She would give her sex to him, and the Egyptian troll talking about she's dating and talking to a mixed race dude, a half black dude, basically. It never occurred to me, why in the hell are these females, Sophia Nelson, Crystal and Kerrison, Simone 56, and their followers, why are they dedicating so much of their time to orchestrate this giant plot to flag down black men's videos anyway? Why are they fucking with us anyway? I thought the main goal of at least Crystal and Kerrison and Simone 56's thing was to make sure that black women know how to get them a white man. I thought they were divesting from Blackistan. I thought they were about getting Brad 1 and 2 and leaving Jerome and Tyrone alone. So if that's the case, why are they not forming an operation, forming a plot to lure more, white men into, their little nest? Why are they spending all this energy on trying to get rid of our freedom of speech? That never occurred to me then. But it has occurred to me now. It hit me like an epiphany. And that was last year. These females were never done with us. And they're never done with us because they know they can't be done with us. Because by and large, even though there are plenty of white men who will sleep with them, of course, they know that nobody is really, even the degenerate savage that we talk about all the time, nobody is going to fuck with them on a large scale but black men, black males, whether they're men or not, subject for another video. No one is going to fuck with them like that but black males. That white man is not going to take some, he'll sleep with her. He'll get her Gagger, especially if she's as cute as one of these females in this collage, whether she be light skinned or dark skinned. I don't know too many men who wouldn't hit any of these females in this collage. But if you think he gonna take her back to his white suburbia, to his cottage, to his little mini mansion with the 3 and 4 cars in the driveway, with his neighbors, across the street, and they children to play, hell no. These females know better than that. They just want you to think it's something more than it is. And now that they done made a fucking fool out of themselves, a lot of them are trying to tiptoe back across the color line like I done told y'all ass they was gonna do. Don't fall for it. You see all the simps. Just scroll down. Click on those videos and scroll down. You see a multitude of simps in there talking about, and we love you too, baby. I'm so glad to finally see black women showing their appreciation for black men. It's about time. I'm only attracted to black. This is some damn fool. Man, look. Go watch the videos. And then go to the video that's underneath that one, the third one, that's separated by the line. Okay? In the description box. And look at what I tried to warn y'all last year. I'm telling you, I'm like a prophet. I knew this shit was coming. I knew it was coming. Because I know the mind of the female, and unfortunately, I had the misfortune of having to deal with this firsthand myself. But it will be the first. I told that hoe I was with, if you fuck up, you will be the last black female. And when I said last, I didn't just mean last to date or be in a relationship with. I meant last, period. Talk to you later, guys.